finally back. We greatly apologize for the technical difficulties. Not sure exactly what the issue was, but we're back now. As we've got action on the track, back just in time. And we've got no caution for that. See exactly what happened here. Little bump between Dahlman and the other car. Now, coming across the line for lap 23, we've got Mann Jr. up in front, Randy Brashers and low line. And we've got almost 4 wide. Spencer pushing the 30 on the high side for the 3 wide. David Scott and it's like Colin Bester in the middle line. Now heading down into turn 3. Mann Jr. with Bester on his outside. In row 2 is Brashers on the low side, David Scott on the high side to come through the tri-oval. Now 3 wide with David Scott on the high side. Colin Bester's got Christopher Spencer pushing him. Spencer's already got a win this year. They seem to be jumbling around a little bit. Freeman bobbling. Looks like David Scott may be brushing the wall. Ryan Freeman, that 21 car, new name. Relatively new. Through the tri-oval and across the line with 21 laps to go. Brashers, Dahlman in that 30 car, 3 wide. Looks like the front row has kind of just singled out in the front. Now Bester getting shuffled out. Oh, and we got another car turn.
All right, man, caution it out.
And it looks like Dahlman gets the 21, gets Mann Jr. Mann Jr. going for a ride on the backstretch. Oh, just barely making contact right there. Mann Jr. going for a slide. And that 98 just barely clipping him, but then getting into Swavely into the wall. Looks like they're going to collect it up all right. See if we can go on board with Dahlman. As he comes down the back stretch, bump drafting, and not quite lined up, but they make contact. It's a bit of a bump, and 21 doesn't handle it. 29 goes around, 30 makes his way by on the outside. Slam. Gets Mann Jr. goes around. Looks like Brasher's actually maybe made a tiny bit of contact. Doug Webb getting through there clean. Gonna bring up caution number 3 tonight. It looks like we got just about the whole field pitting now. Bester pulling into his spot here. See Gardner coming down pit road. Christopher Spencer. And Gardner's off. Like Bester taking some tires. Gardner looking like a fuel stop. The rest of the cars pulling off of pit lane now. You got 25 cars still racing in this one, and every one of them is on the lead lap. Showing David Scott comes out of the pits in the lead. Which he may not have even pitted. Doug Webb's up front there too. Light's still on the pace car. As it sits right now, our standings are Kyle Hardy in first with 359 points, 2 wins, 8 top 5s, and 8 top 10s. Second is Alan Duggar, third is Randy Brashers, and fourth is Rich Swavely. Those three having just 1 point difference between each of them with 303, 302, and 301. Tight battle as we again have just 2 races left, including tonight. Next week being the finale. Duggar with no wins this year. Brashers has got 2, Swavely none. And Kevin Roy is back in 5th spot. He could sneak up in there with 293 points right now. But Hardy with that big healthy lead, he's going to have a target on him. With these guys trying to get something done and making him finish towards the back. Lights off on the pace cars. They're coming down the back stretch one more time before they get that green flag. David Scott's going to be firing off in first position with Doug Webb on his outside. Zach Holloway in third. Christopher Spencer in fourth. Looks like Gardner's got some damage on the back of that car. Quite a good bit. He's got the 15 to his outside. Bester's in the row behind them with Freeman on the outside. And the pace car is pulling off the track. Scott gonna bring him through the tri-oval as they head down to the start line. Into the Geico restart zone, and they are off. Down into turn one, David Scott on the low side with Doug Webb on his outside. Holloway hooking up with Scott and Gardner behind him in the third spot, third row on the inside line. Getting to be tight quarters up in front here very quickly. A little bit of shuffling, dicing back and forth. Now down in the turn 3 they go, still side by side, high line and low line. Down the backstretch. Driggers has ended up getting shuffled to the back after being up front for a good majority of this race. Swavely got quite a bit of damage on that 32 car. Doug Webb, your current leader. Not one that we typically see out front. Having a great run tonight. Christopher Spencer sends him right down the backstretch. Scott on the line. They've got 2 car lengths over him. So now they're starting to build a little momentum on the low line coming out of turn 4. Rival Spencer still hooked up with Webb. Those two making a great team drafting on that high line. As Spencer dips it down low, he's going to steal that inside line front row. Surges by Webb with a huge run, and Scott's going to get in behind him. Holloway wiggling all over. Oh, and Spencer down below the line now. He's going to be able to get back up in front of Scott. He does. Lucky he was able to get back in front of Scott, or he could have gotten shuffled way back. Now Freeman way on the high side. Brash is going to follow him. He does. Looks like he may be looking to get by that 15 car. As they got Freeman, Brashers, and Hardy on the outside. They're pushing it 3 wide. Freeman's going to try and shuffle out Webb and the 15. It's not quite working. 3 wide. Now they're getting a third line building up. Oh, and we got contact. We got a big wreck.
Alright, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
Brashers goes around. Let's take a look back and see what happened. Three wide. Only worked for so long. Looks like Brashers made some contact with the wall. Let's slow this one down. Maybe we can get a better idea of what happened. When you're watching that purple 23 car, looks like Brashers gets in the wall. Hardy gets into the back of him. Cross Bester's nose, grabs the 15, grabs Scott, Holloway, Spencer. And Dahlman gets into Brashers, back end in the air. Now the 05 gets Hardy, and just a big collection here. Cars scattering all over the track now. Remember out caution 4 tonight. 13 laps to go. Brash is going to bring that thing down pit road. It's like Spencer, Brashers, is that Darren Dennis? We got Carter, Bester, Lunger, Gardner. Looks like he's missing the nose of his car. Got Swavely, Hardy, Dahlman, Scott, Youngblood. So Sean Freeman is going to be your new leader. Hopefully our viewers have made it over to the new stream over here. Catch the second half and final run of this race. You see the lights are off on the pace car. Well, it's a good time to do a rundown as we're going to be getting 10 laps to go when we get back. We got Sean Freeman in first position with Doug Webb second. Third's going to be Ryan Freeman. Fourth, William Murphy. Fifth is going to be William Mann Jr., Alan Duggar, Blake Mosley, Blaine Driggers, Kevin Roy, and Joshua Salk going to be the top 10. Darren Dennis, Jeremy Gardner, Colin Bester, Cody Lunger, Christopher Spencer will be top 15. David Scott, Michael Carter, Ty Dahlman, Zach Holloway, and Randy Brash can be top 20. And rounding out the top 25 is going to be Braden Carter, Richard Swavely, Kyle Hardy, Hunter Youngblood, and Jimmy Emos. Only car not on the lead lap. 2 laps down. So you can see the lights are off. Pace car is peeling down on pit road now. Just about to hit pit road. Freeman's going to bring him down through the tri-oval. Head towards that Geico restart zone.
Green flag, green flag.
And the green flag is out. Freeman with a huge restart. And we've got cars shuffling all over the place. We have 4 wide here. Man Jr., that 21, the 7, and the 24. Looks like the 24 car getting shuffled out. That's Alan Duggar, your second place points. Freeman's still leading this one. Now these guys pushing it 3 wide again. Looks like they might be trying for 4. No, just 3 wide now. And bit of contact with Driggers and the 21. 21 gonna get sent up on the outside. Now Driggers pushing Spencer. Spencer gets sent to the outside line. He's able to get it back in line. Duggar still holding on the outside somehow. Only falling by slow. Oh, and we got another car. 7 gets into the wall. Wow! Wow, no caution for that. That was incredible. A little bit of contact across Bester's nose. He hits up into the outside wall. Slams it while everybody's keeping it down low. It's like he almost collects it. Ends up coming back down when it looks like everything is just about to go as wrong as it possibly could. Wow. Just barely gets him. Carter gets Webb just barely. Webb's going to keep that thing going. That was amazing. Great work by him and everyone else avoiding another caution. As now Freeman's shifted back behind the 30 car. Bester's back up front. Christopher Spencer is right behind him. Whoa! Spencer dips way down fast down to the low line in front of Larry Murphy in that 30. Brasher's going to be looking to go on the outside of Bester. He's going to need some help. Holloway's going to go with him. They got 3 lines going right now. That didn't really work out for Brasher's. Now he's outside of the 14 Driggers. Brasher's and Holloway falling back. They're going to have to try and get in front of another set of cars here. Brasher's trying to get in behind Darren Dennis. Now Driggers getting shuffled to the outside. Brasher's getting in the line. But Driggers on the high side. Holloway's going to go with that 3rd line car again. And we got a car moving back in. We got another wreck. And no caution. Once again, no caution. The side-by-side contact with the 5 and is that the 07? Larry Murphy out front leading this with Colin Bester to his outside. Christopher Spencer going to be in row 2. Darren Dennis on the outside of row 2. Now they're going to be pushing 3 wide. Gardner on the outside line. He's only got Holloway helping him. That might not be enough to get up there with those longer line cars. Down to turn 1. We've got 5 laps to go. Quite a bit of movement again. Everybody trying to collect it, keep it together, and moving straight. Now Gardner with a bit of a run on the outside. Holloway brushes the wall. Larry Murphy being challenged. Oh no, Larry Murphy's going to get sent into the middle of the row. While Bester and Spencer are going to go by him on each side. Bester's gonna slide down in front of the 30. Now Larry Murphy's getting a little sketchy in the middle line. Oh boy. Brashers gets down to the Freeman. Just 4 laps to go. These guys are getting super dicey. Time is running out. Spencer getting underneath Bester. Holloway and Gardner, not really a solid line. That's going to put Bester in a bad spot. But Brash's going to push him through. Oh, Bester loose. Gardner loose. Contact with Brash's, and they're not able to save it.
Caution is out. Caution is out.
That's going to bring out another caution. Let's take one more slow-mo look. That was a very long crash. Let's take a look. Everybody getting sketchy. Looks like Brasher's touches the back end of Bester. Heads up into Gardner. It looked like they almost had it saved. And Brasher's collected up, but Gardner just barely gets back into Brasher's again. Just enough to get down into Christopher Spencer. Gets him around. Collects Larry Murphy, Zach Holloway. Looks like David Scott might have just gotten clear of that one. Oh! Almost. As he goes drifting down the front stretch. On board with David Scott as they're all wrecking in front of him. Oh, he gets through, but just gets collected right at the end. Great job keeping it going straight, though. Take one more look at it coming down through the tri-oval. The Brashes and Gardner just getting together. Down to the end of the race. Seppi getting impatient. Not impatient, but it's time to go. Now or never. Impatient, definitely not the right word for that one. Bester's still going to be out front leading. We're going to go back to the action with a green-white checkered. Bester having to hold up to wait for the pace car. White's still on the pace car.
Green, green, green.
Green flag is out. Gonna hit across the line with 2 laps to go with this green light checkered. Bester currently in first. Darren Dennis stuck on the high side. By himself. Got 2 packs forming here. Bester out front being pushed by that icy car, Freeman. Darren Dennis. High side with that 77 pushing him. Kevin Roy. Coming through the tri-oval one more time. They're gonna hit that line, grab that green, that white flag. One more lap to go here at Talladega. Bester still got the advantage heading down in the turn 1. Oh, and he gets turned by Freeman. Gets turned around on the white flag lap. Huge wreck. And Bester goes flipping down the front stretch. And who's our leader? Darren Dennis right now. We're not going to have a caution because it's the white flag. However, this isn't real NASCAR, so they are going to run back to the line. What's Kevin Roy going to do right here? He's not going to have enough runs. David Scott's going to send it on the high side, and they're going to go across the line with Darren Dennis being your leader, with Kevin Roy bringing it home in second, and David Scott in third. Try to find this wreck. Here it is. Got Freeman. Oh, looks like Freeman maybe just pushing through the corner. And just gets Bester, and that's it. Freeman getting by clean. That 14 gets by. Man Jr., wow, just barely gets by. Hardy gets wrapped up in it. Lunger, the 15, 21, 23. Pretty much everyone behind them getting wrapped up in that. Hardy's going for a barrel roll. Bester ends up on his lid. Just a violent crash that one was. Hardy's still spinning on his lid down the backstretch. Hardy limping that thing back to the pits as Darren Dennis burns it down. Darren Dennis grabbing his first win of the season. So your finishing order is Darren Dennis being your winner, Kevin Roy second, David Scott bringing it home in the top 3 position. Richard Swavely ends up 4th, Blaine Driggers 5th. Sean Freeman ends up back in 6th after that last lap crash. Ty Dahlman in 7th, William Mann Jr. in 8th. Jeremy Gardner ends up 9th, salvaging a top 10 after being in a few incidents. Braden Carter is 10th, Larry Murphy 11th, Randy Rasher's 12th, Joshua Stott 13th. Ryan Freeman's in 14th, Zach Holloway in 15th. 16th goes to Blake Mosley, and 17th is Hunter Youngblood. Cody Lunger is 18th. Colin Bester is 19th, with Christopher Spencer being 20th. Kyle Hardy ends up all the way back in 21st. Michael Carter 22nd. Doug Webb's in 23rd. Alan Duggar in 24th. And Jimmy Emos ends up in 25th. We're going to try and get with your top 3 finishers. So we will be right back with them, so don't go anywhere. All right, we're back. We've only got our winner joining us tonight. So Darren Dennis, your winner here tonight at Talladega. Darren, you kind of hanging around mid-pack, end up coming up to the front at the end of that one, and almost, I don't want to say steal it because you were in position for it anyways, but tell us about that crazy race.
Yes, sir. That was a fantastic race. I give my hats off to all those guys, especially Kevin Roy there at the end. And me and Colin Bester had some good runs attempting to get him out in first before that last caution. And I could sit here and talk all night about that race, but it was fantastic. And I feel like all those guys showed me a lot of love. I've had a rough season. I started out in the front I believe it was the first race of the season at Daytona, and I made a mistake and spun out the field. And ever since then, it's just been basically a wreck fest for me. So I tried to keep my emotions together in this race, and it paid off in the end. I just want to give a big thanks to everybody for that. They showed me a lot of love.
Well, attrition paid off tonight, bringing it home in first. That's going to be on top of the world feeling for you, as you said, having a bit of a rough season. With just one more race to go, how are you going to bring this momentum into that final race next week?
Oh, I believe with all this confidence, I'm going to have some good momentum in that race next week. And I've been working a lot, thanks to a buddy, Jeremy Gardner, for helping me out with my short track racing. So I'm feeling real confident and real excited for next week. I hope I can squeeze in a top 10 and just get some good racing in with all these great racers.
All right, well, you've been having a big talk online about this race, and it looks like you were more than able to back it up. So, congratulations on the big win tonight. Who'd you like to thank, Darren?
I'd like to give a big thanks out to Jeremy Gardner mainly for all the help. Give a big thanks to Randy and all the admins over there at the International Asphalt Association for running a great league. Give a nice shout out for you for the awesome broadcasting that you do. And a special shout out for Speed Kings E Motorsports for putting me on his team and trying to push me around through some different leagues and kind of get my name out.
All right, so congratulations on that win, and we look forward to seeing you next week, Darren.
Thank you, sir. Have a great night.
Thank you as well. All right, that's going to do it for us here tonight at 1-5 Studios. We'd like to thank you for joining us and remind you next Monday, 8:45, we've got the season finale wrapping it up for the IAA. So make sure you don't miss that one. We'd like to thank you again for joining us, and we will see you at the next track.